What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. Taking a look at Kashtira Utopia. I did show this off recently, but this is kind of like a different sort of build. I took out F-Zero and I added another little engine in there too, which you'll see in a second. So I'm going to go over some gameplay videos, and then I'll jump over and quickly show you guys my list. But this part, is pretty standard. I did have an extra copy of Fenrir in my hand, but I ended up just kind of using it as discard fodder, which is nice. Yeah, Bestials don't really do anything at all in this deck. I can still bring something back. And yeah, instead of going into F-Zero, I now kind of utilize everything that I can. Before I would go into like Gallic Granite, search Gigantus, and then go into F-Zero, but it kind of just felt like a waste. Like I felt like there was more that I could do, and this is kind of what I came up with. So I did recently play Testina, and this card's really good in Testina because it forces your opponent to pop the field spell. But I also find that it's actually like it's an Omni Negate. Like it's one of the easiest accessible Omni Negates in Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is the other one. Your number 23 Lancelot. So you kind of have a. I'd rather have Omni Negates than like one specific kind because you never know what you're gonna need. And go ahead and get the continuous spell. He goes for Lubellion, which is fine. Everything's battle protected, which is really, really cool. He's going to normal summon. Obviously, I'll just go into the Lancer, banish the trap, get one of his monsters. It gains, it's up to 6,000 attack, too, so it's kind of cool. You can essentially get over anything, but if you go through your plays unimpeded, you have a really good chance of winning. This is kind of a weird hand. Double Imperm, double Astral Utopia in an Ash, but at least I'm going second. I have a pretty decent chance of opening. At this point, all I need is a Kashtira card. I have a pretty decent chance. I have 10 copies. I have Terraforming, the Field Spell, Fenrir, and Unicorn. But I ended up drawing, I think, just into more of the Onomat cards. He does have Draw and Lockbird, and yeah, Draw and Lockbird is kind of just like game ending. It's really super duper unfortunate. When I know I'm going first, like I'm siding in a match, what I will usually do is take out like 2 or 1 Imperm, 1 Ash, and throw in a couple crossout designators. It definitely is worth it. Alright, now I can kind of just like completely go off. He had effect failure, but that's not doing nothing at all. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Like he effect failured my Unicorn, but Onomat pickup, if you do end up drawing it, it does let you change all the monsters currently on the field to level 4. So I did use Kashtira Unicorn to go into my plays. That way, Gaga Code actually has a monster reborn as well, and then obviously I can special summon this. So that was pretty awesome. That was cool that you're able to do something like that. This is against Hero. I think I just kind of have a regular combo. This is a little bit of an awkward hand. I am going second, but Imperm plus Ash is usually pretty good, especially decks like this. I think all I need to do now is Ash the Polymerization, I'm pretty sure. Because then otherwise I don't really know how he's fusion summoning too much. You can go for the Spirit of Neos, but the Hero Liz is what's gonna like kill him ultimately. Yeah, I even drew something pretty like bad off the top, so that kind of stunk, but it's kind of all you need, to be honest with you. The deck doesn't really need much. As long as you can get to Onomatopoeia and a Kashtira card, you're gonna have a very good end board. And it's really cool that this searches something out. So your Onomatopoeia like isn't as bad as it normally is. You're not like strictly going -1. You're usually getting a card that's just like an extra in your hand. Now I can only attack directly with this, but that's okay. Like I'm gonna be able to get a pretty good big guy, and he's gonna try to activate that. Obviously, Fenrir is on the board, and then I can just attack directly. So that's kind of cool. This is against Ninja, and I think my plays do go unimpeded. Yeah, in this case, I didn't even need the Pot of Prosperity. I don't know if I end up using it. I might actually just like discard it. There goes the Unicorn. I can go. I guess I'll probably discard whatever Fenrir gets me. And then I kind of have Pot of Prosperity if I need it later. Yeah, there we go. So I can go ahead and special summon the Rise Heart. Getting that free level 4 is so important. This is the level 7 that I go into. It is Graveyard Interruption. So it's a quick effect. You get to grab a monster from your opponent's grave. Also can't be destroyed by battle or card effects by the same attributes. And whatever it has materials is also its attribute. It's a very unique card. It actually looks really cool too. I can get the full armored XYZ trap. Go into the Utopia, and then finally I can go into the Teller Knight stuff. Right, this obviously attaches at the end phase, so it's pretty cool. And I actually kind of realized that this card is always going to be on the line. Like, it doesn't just need the continuous spell or the field spell. Like, you can just chain this, right? As long as you don't have anything else. In this case, I also had numbers protection, which is, like, absurd. I have hash numbers protection. This is an Omni Negate. This is going to bring out an Omni Negate, the spell. And obviously, like, Armored XYZ does something too. But, you know, assuming you don't have this, like, most of the time you don't, you know, you can just, like, wait. And then when your opponent, like, chains this to try to destroy full armored, you just you can just use it. Like, it gets destroyed, right? You just activate it, and then you're good. And then there we go. There goes Lancelot. So I have like 3 Omni Negates now, basically. I have to negate the first one. He does try to go for evenly matched. I'll just go for numbers protect. And then, like, yeah, I'm like barely started on my interruption, which is awesome. And I think that's it. So let's just jump over very quickly. I'll explain the deck. So 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Imperm, 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn. Pretty standard, I would say. Here is the Rise Heart. Here's my Utopia package. Although, yeah, I didn't even really use that card in these replays. The Gaga coat, the Onomatopoeia, the Go Glove. Now, this is Gaga Child, like I said. It kind of stinks. You can't use the effect to change the level if you've already attacked that turn, which is so random and so lame. But the coolest interaction is that, like, your opponent is probably going to want to imperm this, especially if they don't know about your deck. And if you do, you still have 2 monsters from your hand that can special summon. But it does make a difference if you play Glove, because you get 1 more body when you have Glove. So it kind of is what it is, I guess. You can cut one of these. 1 copy of Ascended Sage. I used to think you needed to play 2, but it's better just to see it like as least often as possible, especially in a deck where you're playing Kashtira monsters. 3 copies of Astraltopia. This searches you, your Onomat pair, and your pickup. It's the rank up Magic Force. 3 copies of the Field Spell. Pressured Planet. This is Kashtira Theosis. 3 copies of Product Prosperity. 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. It searches Onomat pair, or it searches Astraltopia. Terraforming, you need to see your Kashtira stuff literally as often as possible. Called by the Grave, you could also play, I guess, Cross-Eyed Designator just straight up. It's probably not that bad either. And Numbers Protection, and then the Full Armored XYZ Trap. On to the extra deck. Number 99, Utopic Dragonar. This is S39. Number 39, Utopia. And then the targets for it, obviously, are number 38 and number 23. This is number 76, which I guess you can technically bring out with the number 99. Utopic Sage. 1 copy Tornado Dragon. Also runs number 101. I guess you could play whatever, but I do find that removal is one of the most important things. And the interesting thing is that, yeah, you do detach 2 materials, but you're also getting one with Silent Arc. So technically, in some scenarios, you can still go into Zeus. Like, versus, like, Castel means you have to detach 2 materials to shuffle something back, and then you can't use it with Zeus. But I guess you could just, like, kind of take this out and play, like, the Zodiac package to, like, get to Zeus. It's probably, like, pretty good, but maybe something that you can side. Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, and this is the Deltros. Technically, you can make it, so the reason I play this does have an effect to destroy a card. It could come up, but most of the time you're just going to be attaching it to go up into Durandal. You could also play the Constellar Diamond, like if you're playing, I don't know, like Fallen of Albaz. This is just like crazy. Tier limit, obviously. This is like a game winner, but maybe in the side. I don't think it's like that relevant for every deck. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, this is kind of weird, but I do kind of like that it's also an Omni Negate. I think it's kind of important. This is the full armored Dark Knight Lancer XYZ Armor Fortress, and then obviously Zeus. There's tons of cards that you can play in the extra deck, by the way. There's tons of rank 7s. But onto the side deck, I would at least play Abyss Dweller and Constellar Diamond. I mean, the other cards like are what they are. You know, I mean, everyone has a different kind of side deck. But yeah, this is this weird kind of theory Kashtira deck. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Other than that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.